Hey, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show. Thanks for tuning in to the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM. If you're interested in sponsoring my show, you can send me an email to the Mike Wagner Show at gmail.com, or you could also donate to the podcast. Just go to the Donate Listen site, and you can also donate whatever you like. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. For those who are interested, Anchor can give you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. We've got creation tools, allows you to record and edit podcasts so it sounds great, and they'll distribute the podcast for you so it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple, Google, many more. And you can make money from the podcast with no minimum listenership. So download the Anchor app for free or go to Anchor FM to get started.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show brings you famous celebrities and amazing people from all over the world. Listen online at themikewagnershow.com and on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And watch the interview on YouTube. So sit back and relax and enjoy the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and Apple. And take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device and subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. We're here with a wonderful country singer from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He's got a debut album called Legacy, which is dedicated to the late memory of his father. He's got a new single out called Hey Bro, and he's also got a few singles out there which has reached the indie charts and the European country charts. And he's also got a song in the top 40 iTunes chart. And also, he'll be starring as Giant Cash in an upcoming film production. He's got a great career going. And live from Pittsburgh, PA, ladies and gentlemen, the singing Pittsburgh, Matt Westin. Matt, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, man. Really good to be here.
Hey, no problem. So you're a country singer from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You got a debut album called Legacy, dedicated to your late memory of your father, and you've got a new single out called Hey Bro, and you've also got a few singles out making some huge impact in the country indie charts, and you'll be starring as Giant Cash in an upcoming film production. And before we get into all that, tell us how I got started.
Yeah, wow. I have a lot going on, that's for sure. But it's funny how I got here. I never expected it. It's a long story short. Basically, I was an engineer for about 6 years, and I was miserable. Mm-hmm. So I lived in a cubicle, which is no way to live. It was killing me.
Sounds like Dilbert.
Oh yeah, basically. So it was pretty rough. But I lost my job, and then I decided, you know what, I'm not going back to engineering. It wasn't making me happy. So that was a big risk to leave that. And I was actually pursuing acting at the time. So one thing led to another. I ended up moving to Los Angeles for about a year, and that's about the time my dad got sick. And I never really got a chance to get settled in because I was traveling back and forth to Pittsburgh to visit him. And about a year after I moved to L.A., my father passed away.
Oh, my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Thanks. Yeah, it was, it's really indescribable. I was just in the darkest place I've ever been in and didn't know what I was going to do. I was lost, completely lost and just angry and self-destructing. Mm-hmm. So I moved back to Pittsburgh to be with my mom, my family, and try to get my head on straight. But I didn't know what I was going to do. Acting was on the West Coast, and engineering was in the rearview mirror. Mm-hmm. But I kind of describe it as a spiritual experience. I can't really put my finger on how or when it happened, but one day I just woke up, and I knew that I had to pursue music and dedicate it to my father. He had always encouraged my singing. He loved my singing, and he always encouraged me to continue to pursue music. And I figured, you know what, I need a distraction. And what better way to honor my father than to do something that he would have loved. So my debut album, Legacy, is dedicated to him. And it was a really huge part of my healing process, to be honest with you. I really rebuilt myself from scratch, and music was a huge part of that. And I was able to, well, I named the album Legacy, to honor my father's legacy, but also to start one of my own. Mm-hmm. So Legacy is the thing I'm most proud of out of all of my accomplishments in life so far. That debut album has been life-changing for me. So it means the world to me. And here I am now. I'm charting all over the planet. I'm writing with people that have Emmy nominations and #1 songs, and I'm just it just really took off from the beginning. I feel like it's been blessed from the beginning, and I keep trying to raise the bar. My latest single, "Hey Bro," has got an incredible reception from people, and the next song that I'm recording, I think, is going to be even bigger. I just wrote a song when I was in Nashville about 2 months ago, and I'll be recording that soon. And I think it could be the one, brother. It could be the one.
It does sound like it. You talked about working with Emmy Award-winning people as well, too. And who are some of the nobles you're working with?
Well, let's see. I'm going to be recording at a studio here called The Vault. And Jimmy Hoyson, he's got a few, I think he has like 6 Grammy Awards that he's won. He'll be the engineer on that. I just wrote a song with Joey Scott and my producer, Brian Cole. And she has a few #1 hits under her belt and I believe an Emmy nomination. So very, serious and well-known songwriter. And I've been honored to work with these people. And really, I just got started. My album came out in January of 2018. And here I am working with these lifelong talented musicians and songwriters, and it's just it's kind of surreal, to be honest with you. It's kind of surreal.
It is amazing as well, too. And who are some of your favorite artists and musical influence growing up?
Oh, boy. I've listened to just about every genre you could think of. And
Not just country?
Yeah, no. I mean, there's a long list, but when it comes to country music, I'd say my influences are more along the lines of Toby Keith, Johnny Cash, Garth Brooks. I like I think Toby Keith kind of rubbed off on me a little bit. I like his style of just kind of masculine. There's some testosterone in his music, and a lot of times there's patriotism or just humor. I like his style, and I think it has that kind of a rock edge to it sometimes, and that's one of my influences as well, because I love rock music, always have. So I try to incorporate some of my favorite things into my music. So I love traditional country. I love outlaw country. Not so much the modern country. I think it's more pop music. Mm-hmm. But I like to have a little bit of an outlaw or rock kind of edge to it. And that's kind of the brand that I'm building. Has a little bit of testosterone to it. Mm-hmm. And I think it's been resonating with people so far.
And it sounds like it as well, too. You mentioned Johnny Cash is one of your favorites as well, too. You'll be starring him in an upcoming film production, and you can tell us about it as well.
Yeah, that one really just kind of fell into my lap. It was kind of a meant-to-be thing, kind of thing. Going back to when I was pursuing acting, I met a girl who was actually involved in this film. This film is called 116 McDougal. It's the address of the Gaslight Cafe in Greenwich Village in the late 50s, early 60s.
Oh, wow.
It was the kind of like the beginning. It was the beginning of the counterculture movement, and like the beat writers and folk musicians. A lot of them got their start there. And they had to be protected from the government and the FBI, the police, the mafia, because their message was considered counterculture. It was dangerous. And basically, the music, it changed music history and American history. So I get to play a small part in this. A friend of mine is involved in it. Well, when she heard that they were casting someone for Johnny Cash, she raised her hand and said, I have a suggestion. I know a guy. So they called me. And I just so happened to have a file of me singing Folsom Prison Blues on my phone. So
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I emailed it to them, and it was unanimous. All the producers, everybody. Anyways, yeah, I sent them a file of me singing Folsom Prison Blues, and everybody, it was a unanimous decision. They picked me. I was the only one that they even auditioned for the role. And now I get to portray one of my heroes, the Man in Black. And it's not a huge part in the film, but it's an iconic part of the film, because Johnny Cash, when he was in town in Greenwich Village, he would just swing through and play a few songs. And I think that's where he got to know Bob Dylan. And he was already established at the time that this story is happening. So it was a big deal when he would be there performing. And I get to portray him. So what an honor. And now it comes full circle. My music and my acting comes together. And I get to do both of my passions at the same time. So I couldn't be happier.
That is amazing, too. And when is this film will be coming out?
We haven't filmed it yet. That's happening, I believe, early next year. They're getting all the final budgetary things lined up, because it's a big project. It's multi-million dollars. It's no small thing. So we already recorded the soundtrack. I have 2 songs on the soundtrack. And we did a live performance here in Pittsburgh, kind of a condensed version of the movie at a theater here. And we have another concert performance coming up in December. I'm not sure what day yet that will be, but the film itself will be shot next year. They plan to shoot for 60 days here in Pittsburgh, building a set at a local studio here. And then having it released a few months after that. So they're not cutting any corners and making sure it's done correctly.
Wow.
The story is, the whole thing comes from the mouths of the people that were there, the surviving performers and writers that were at the Gaslight Cafe in the late 50s, early 60s. They were all interviewed, and that's how the story was put together. It's kind of like a docudrama musical. And I think it could become an iconic film. I really believe in it.
It sounds like it too. And also, have you got to see the Johnny Cash biop? What was it? Walk the Line with Joaquin Phoenix, and I think that was put out maybe about 5 years ago, somewhere around there. Have you had a chance to see it, and what were your thoughts?
Oh yeah, I've seen that a bunch of times. I think it's probably more like 10 years ago, maybe longer.
10 years ago. It's been a while. So
yeah. It was, that was a fantastic film. I mean, what can you say? That movie never gets old. Every time I can get a chance to catch it, I watch it. And Joaquin Phoenix, he's Joaquin Phoenix. He just, he does what he does, and he knocks it out of the park. So, there's a thing on, what was it, PBS. I didn't get to see it yet. I forget the name of the guy who did it, but there's a documentary thing. I think it's like 8-part series about country music, and Johnny Cash is a big part of at least one of those episodes. So I got to do some research and watch that, because apparently it's been just inspirational and very interesting to people who don't even like country music. So it's on PBS. Mm-hmm. Check that out if you get a chance.
It sounds like it, too. And we'll also talk about your other singles as well, too, and some of your awards. Listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and Apple. Also take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device and subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. We hear a country singer Matt Westin from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, whose debut album Legacy, dedicated to the late memory of his father. He has a new single out called Hey Bro, which is out right now. And he's also will be starring as Johnny Cash in an upcoming film production. Let's talk about your first single, Our Redneck of the Woods, which reached the indie country charts and the European country charts. And tell us all about that.
Yeah, that song, it was the first single off of my debut album, Legacy. I think it was a good choice for the first single. It really represents a lot of what I love about country music and about really the kind of man that I was raised to be. I think my dad would have loved that song. So it was a good choice for my first single. That song's all about, God and country and family and being proud of where you're from and helping other people and just being, all the classic American values that I cherish. That song really captures that. So Our Redneck of the Woods, that was my first single, and it was received pretty well. But you know what? I think it was probably the least popular release that I had, but it's one of my favorite songs. So it's funny how that happens sometimes, but I'm proud of it, and I think it was a good choice.
I was going to say, maybe you can just sing a quick line or two of it just to get an idea.
Oh, man, the first line's funny. Our state flower is a satellite dish. If we ain't hunting, we're cleaning fish. And it's just redneck as can be.
It makes me want to get a satellite dish and use it for that.
Yeah. That's our state flower. What a great line, right?
He also got Farmtown as well, too. Stomp On and a few others. You can just tell us about that.
Yeah, Farmtown is just a good rock and country song that I think celebrates the work hard, play hard mentality that I can relate to, and that a lot of people that I think listen to country music can relate to, especially those people that live in those farm towns, whether it's down south or in the Midwest. That song was actually written by a woman, Carlene Thyssen, and Danny Ree as well. Carlene based the song on Immokalee, I believe is how you pronounce it. A town that she spent a lot of time in. It was a farm town down there in, I believe, Florida. So I just thought it had some heart. It was originally written for a female singer, so I had to change it a little bit. But I think it was a good choice for my next single. It was a little with my album, I tried to give different aspects of myself as an artist and what I stand for, and this is just one of those ones that celebrates the hard-working attitude that I was raised to have. So that's a good rock and country tune for sure. I have a good friend, Douglas. He's from Iowa. He's a farmer, and he really connected with that song. He's like, man, Farmtown. He's like, that is so accurate. So that's the kind of things I like to do, to really engage the audience and to reach them where they're at.
That is amazing, too. We'll talk about your other singles, Stomp On and more. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and Apple. You can take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device and subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. We're here with country singer Matt Westin from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with his debut album Legacy, dedicated to the late memory of his father. He's got his singles Hey Bro, Our Redneck of the Woods, Farmtown, and let's talk about Stomp On as well, too, that made the top 40 iTunes chart.
Yeah, Stomp On is another one I think we raised the bar on. That song really, it stepped it up, and I think it reached a lot of different people that may not have been country fans per se.
Mm-hmm.
I have a good friend that I actually work for him sometimes. He's from Minnesota, and he's into pop music and hip hop and old country. He loves Johnny Cash, but he doesn't really listen to any other country.
Mm-hmm.
Stomp On, he said, I love this song. I keep playing it in my car constantly. It's got a strong beat. It's got a strong outlaw vibe to it as well. Basically, I wanted to paint a vision when you would hear it. I wanted to paint this picture of basically Clint Eastwood walking up Main Street at noon, with his duster on and his cowboy boots and his hat and his cigar and his pistol, and just maybe some explosions going on behind him, just badass. You know what I mean? So that's how we opened the song. And if you listen, there are actually boot spurs clanging with the beat. So I wanted to be a visual song, and I think that that one was fun. That's one of my favorites for sure.
That is amazing tour. And also, any plans of an upcoming tour?
I'm working on that. Right at the moment, I'm not performing right now. Mm-hmm. I'm focusing on the recording and trying to get together the right group of people, which it can be difficult. People have their own lives and they have egos and things like that. So sometimes bands are tough to put together. But that's definitely in the works right now. And I'm heading into a meeting soon for my website. I'm getting it updated and upgraded, and all that kind of information. Okay. Performances will be on the website.
Yeah, sounds great. We're looking forward to that as well, too. And just a couple more minutes with country singer Matt Westin. Who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
Oh, boy. Biggest influence. That's a big question there, brother. That's a big question. Well, when it comes to singing, I don't know if you'll believe me, but my singing influence, the biggest one, not the only one, the biggest one was Frank Sinatra.
Nice.
I taught myself how to sing by trying to emulate Frank Sinatra. When I was a kid, I couldn't sing at all. It was terrible.
Oh, wow.
I basically taught myself and learned how my voice worked and everything by emulating Frank Sinatra. But then, it would branch out into other artists, such as Johnny Cash and Toby Keith, and Garth Brooks and stuff. But for my singing, it would definitely be Frank Sinatra, and I can't leave out Elvis Presley. My dad gave me a cassette of Elvis's golden hits or something when I was about 3 years old.
Wow.
And I remember sitting on my bedroom floor and listening to it, both sides of the cassette tape, and just being in awe. And so Elvis has always had a special place in my heart because, number one, he's Elvis. He's awesome. And number two, it brings up memories of my father. So, Elvis and Sinatra, I'd have to say. And,
of course, You Did It Your Way and TCB. Put those two together. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
A few things I usually say. First off, and the most important, you got to believe in yourself, because if you don't, you won't go anywhere and no one will believe in you. So you got to believe in yourself. You got to surround yourself with good people that you can trust, people that support you and believe in you. And you got to take some risks. Mm-hmm. With those three things and some hard work, I think anybody can have a chance.
Mm-hmm. And that's important as well, too, Matt. And so I want to say a big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Looking forward to having you on again soon. Before we go, tell us about your upcoming projects, your website. How do people contact you? Where can people find your music?
Sure. My music's available on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify. I have some lyric videos on YouTube as well. So basically anywhere. I'm on jukeboxes as well. My website's mattwestin.com, which is going to be updated and upgraded very shortly. Mm-hmm. So keep an eye out for that. And I'm on all the social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I think Twitter and Instagram, it's Matt_Westin. So pretty easy to find, and just Matt Westin Music on Facebook.
That is amazing. Matt, just want to say a big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Looking forward to having you on soon, and do us a favor, keep us up to date.
Yeah, brother. Thank you so much for having me, and hopefully we can talk soon.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Listen online at themikewagnershow.com and on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And watch the interview on YouTube. Also, become a sponsor of the program and or donate today at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again tomorrow for another episode of The Mike Wagner Show.